I got you something." Wynn sounded quite confident. "You got me a dress?" "Not a dress." "Well, skirt, then?" "No skirt. You can't climb a mountain with a skirt swishing about your legs, Elizabeth." "Then—" I was puzzled and a bit apprehensive by this time. "Pants." "Pants?" "That's right." "I've never worn pants in my life," I blurted out, emphasizing the word with some disfavor. "Then this will be a first," said Wynn, completely unflustered, nodding his head toward the bed. I followed his gaze. There, tossed on our bed in a rather awkward and haphazard fashion, was a pair of men's pants. They were an ugly color and very wrinkled, and I almost collapsed in shock as I looked at them. "Those?" I gasped. Wynn was catching on now. He stood to his feet. His eyes sought my face. He must have read my honest horror, for his voice became soft. "I'm sorry, Elizabeth," he apologized sincerely. "I guess I didn't think how they would look to you. They are rather a mess, aren't they?" I caught a glimpse of disappointment in his eyes as he crossed to the bed and picked up the pants he had just purchased. He awkwardly began to smooth out the wrinkles with his man-sized hands. I felt repentant. I reached to take them from him. "It's all right," I said, not wanting to hurt Wynn. "I could press the wrinkles out. It's not that. It's just that I couldn't go out. I couldn't be seen wearing something like that in public and all. I stammered to a stop. Wynn said nothing but continued to stroke his hands across the coarse fabric of the pants. The wrinkles refused to give up possession. "My skirt will be fine, Wynn. But thank you for thinking about—" Wynn looked at me evenly and didn't allow me to go on. "You cannot climb a mountain in a skirt, Elizabeth. Those are not just hiking trails. They are steep. They're dangerous. You cannot possibly go without proper clothing." Sudden anger flared within me. "And you call that proper clothing?" I responded, jerking a thumb at the disgusting pants. "For what we intend to do, yes." "Well, I won't wear them," I said, a bit too quickly. Wynn tossed them into a chair. "Very well," he said, and his voice was calm. I had won. I wasn't sure if I should be happy or sad. It was our first little tiff, and I had won. Now, as a wife, how was I to win graciously? I sought for words, for ways to show Wynn that I would not expect to win every battle. I didn't know what to say, so I crossed the room and began to take down my hair and brush it with long, easy strokes. The tension remained within me, even though Wynn seemed untroubled. I stole a glance at him. He was reading a paper. He must have bought it, too, when he had gone out for the pants. I noticed a pair of brown boots sitting on the floor by the bed. I started to ask Wynn about them and then realized how small they were. They would never fit Wynn. What were they doing in our room? Then it dawned on me. Wynn had purchased them not for himself, but for me to wear on my hike up the mountain. Not just the unsightly pants, but the mannish boots as well. How could he even have considered being seen with a woman in such outlandish attire? I was stroking so hard with the hairbrush that I winced with the pain of it. I couldn't imagine a man even thinking such a ridiculous thing. Well, my skirt and shoes would be just fine. I wouldn't be caught traipsing around on my honeymoon looking so utterly unkempt and ridiculous. Someone had to break the silence of the room. "What time do we leave?" I asked innocently. We'd already established a time, but I had to say something. "Where?" said Wynn, lowering his paper. "Up the mountain," I replied with some impatience. Wynn was slow in answering.